right, Planet Ahead. Oh, I like that. Hi, thanks for joining. All right, we've got folks joining here on YouTube also, so that's good. We are starting, oh, it's actually right ahead, right on 3 o'clock. But we'll sort of give people a moment here to get joined in, let the algorithms do their thing in alerting people, letting people know we're here. Happy Sunday to everyone. YouTubers, you know, if you want to comment, chat, or say anything, you do have to be logged in on YouTube. Otherwise, you're just in watch mode. Kim, hello. Carolyn, hello. I see Does Tez, hello. Natsy, hello. Jet Set Fork, hello. Oh, I like that song. Yeah, great. So, Kathy, hello. We've got a few more folks joining. I'm going to adjust my YouTube thing here a moment, everybody. I know you love when I do that. Wow! But just so you can see the table a little bit better. So, all right. So let's get rolling. How is everyone? Happy Sunday. Happy first Sunday in May. Look at that. Stacy, Laurie, hello, hello. Yeah. So everyone doing okay? I have been outdoors all day. I have I think a little allergy thing going on. So Does Tez, hello. But anyhow, welcome. Thank you everybody for joining. I do have my window open, so you might be hearing that siren. But let's get rolling. So messages for the week ahead. The first part, so for anyone who's new here, or maybe it's been a while since you've come, the first part, I pull cards for general messages for the week ahead. And that will be for May 3rd through May 9. And so those will be general messages. Take those messages as they resonate with you. Use them as they can be helpful to you. And then after I do that, I will open it up. Hey, Alice. I will open it up to anyone who has a question or would like a card request. So if you can hold your questions and requests until after the general reading, that just helps me not lose track of them in the chat. So I have several decks of cards on the table, and yesterday was Beltane, as you all know, but we're sort of still in this this energy of fertility, of birth, of life, of green, of nature. So I pulled out all of my fairy decks. So for the general messages this week, I'm going to use Fairy Tarot. I also have Healing with the Fairies, I have Oracle of the Fairies, and I have Messages from the Fairies on the table, as well as a few other decks. So can never have enough fairies if you ask me. So let's get some general messages for this week ahead. So if you all, everyone's here, just sort of send your nice calming energy. Everyone sort of come in and let's get a card here for Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday. A card for Monday and Tuesday. It's the fairies, I'm telling you. Monday and Tuesday. Hey, I like that, Planet Head Astrology. That's nice. Wednesday. Oh, that's funny. Laurie on YouTube and Planet Head Astrology both put fairy emojis. I love it. Monday, Tuesday. So let's get Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday. And then let's have a card for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, right here. Okay, here we go. So Monday, Tuesday, we do have two cards. It's the two that went down here. And so this is from Fairy Tarot. Oh, look at this. So we have Justice and we have Seven of Spring. So in this deck, Spring is Wands, okay? So Justice, take the time to review details carefully. You'll win in the end. Fair and objective decisions, we'll talk about that. And Seven of Spring, be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. So in this deck of tarot, Justice is number 8. In many other decks, Justice is number 11. So those two get reversed in this author's. But here are the cards for Instagram. And here are the cards for YouTube. So the beginning of the week, think about things that may be coming up where you need to weigh your options. Hey, Rocket Queen, thank you for joining. Weigh your options. See what's coming to you. Look at things. Think about fairness in terms of you. Like, what is it that you need and what do you consider to be fair? And look at things that way, but being objective in that as best you can be. Of course, when we're thinking about ourselves, we're generally subjective, but really being open to all options, but really making sure that what's fair to you is being considered here. And then Seven of Spring. So Seven of Spring, we sometimes in Seven of Wands, we'll call this the Under Siege card, where maybe it feels like you're being challenged. You know, people might be sort of challenging you. You may be feeling under personal attack or taking things personally. So this is a good reminder to really stand up for what you believe. So don't back down. So at the beginning of the week, this is an interesting combination. The beginning of the week, if you feel like you're being questioned about things, and it's okay to be questioned, right? But maybe you feel like someone's sort of doing it in an attacking way, or maybe you just feel under siege, right? Check in with that, take your time and look at what the situation is and evaluate it fairly for what it is and what's going to work for you, and then hold your ground. Be courageous, hold your ground, stand steady, and that's where things will work out. Okay, if you start wavering and you start sort of giving in out of fear or doubt, that's where you're not going to feel good about it. So that's Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Ace of Spring. So another wand, and you know this is fire energy. So Ace of Wands, Ace of Spring. It's time to take action. Be fearless. We just talked about being fearless, and happily pursue your most treasured dreams, amazing career opportunities. So here you go, Instagram. And here you go, YouTube. So in the middle of the week, Ace of Spring. So the ace is the one in tarot. It's related to the magician. The ace is where we put all of our inspiration, our desires, our passions, where we start it all, right? We start that minor arcana in the ace. And so this is saying, take action. Wands is action. Okay, it's fire. There's nothing subtle or holding back about wands. So go after what it is that you're passionate about. Go after what you believe in. It also, when we see wands, sometimes it can be a form of movement, and it can be your physical movement, and it's also very much your personal power in how you move yourself through the world. So with that ace, take it and go for it. And you may see opportunities coming to you that you can evaluate. You'll be able to see them a little bit more clearly because on Monday and Tuesday, you were weighing things and getting your scales in order here. You're holding your ground, holding on to what it is you know to be true for you. Therefore, when things come up in the middle of the week and it's your opportunity to act, you can do that because you're coming from a much more solid place. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have 4 of Winter. So in this deck, Winter is swords. And This is a, well, the card says, set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation. Need for more sleep or a vacation. I'm signing up. So here you go, Instagram. 4 of Winter. And here you go, YouTube, 4 of Winter, 4 of Swords. So this is a card that says, even though the middle of the week it was take action, 4 of Swords, 4 of Winter is actually about taking rest, coming out of the battle, out of the fight, and coming within and just calming down and taking time out. So whether it is sleep, Alice, as you're talking about, or meditation, or just some quiet time. Carter Mosier Group, thank you for joining. You know, any of that, there's a cause for a timeout at the end of the week, just to step back. So if we think about the beginning of the week, we feel this intensity. We feel the intensity of the 7 of Spring, right? We feel that energy coming toward us, that we need to hold on to our space and claim our ground. And we can do that because we're looking at things and we're weighing what we need to do. And that's how we're going to hold our own. The middle of the week, we're going to take action on that. We're going to move forward. We're going to take the steps forward and go in the direction, chase what we want. And at the end of the week, maybe taking a little step back and being still about that. Maybe just observing how that has started, where it might be heading, and just let things be for the weekend. Take a time out on the weekend. Okay, so those are the general messages for this week. Yeah, so we've got some fire. We have major arcana, which is that real heavy, stronger energy. And then normally swords is our real thinking, all this kind of stuff. But the 4 of Swords is actually saying, take a break from that and retreat from that. So it's an interesting number in the Swords suit, because the rest of that is really about boop, 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 going on up here. Okay, so that's what I've got. If you have any questions about that reading, do let me know. Otherwise, right now, I am opening this up to anyone who has questions or a request. You can put it in the chat. Carter Mosier Group, did you, I see you requested to be on video. Did you want to be on video? Did you want to come on YouTube live? I don't know how successful I am at doing it, but some people put that on by mistake, so I just wanted to double check. So if anyone has any questions, type it all in. I did just send out my Drops of Goodness newsletter last night. So for those of you who are subscribed, you should have that in your inbox. I also put the zodiac wheel for the month of May. So that is the reading for all signs for the month of May. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, it's a good opportunity to do that. You can see the link in my bio on Instagram or down below on YouTube, and you'll get that reading as well. Okay, so we have Boo and Buster. Can I have a card for the week? Alice, don't I know it? Air signs and swords. Yes. So Boo and Buster, Carolyn, and coming back to Daz Tez. And Kathy, happy 10th birthday to your sweet goat babies. Thank you very much. This is a very exciting week. Okay. I have to tell you, folks, my dog is outside barking at someone. I may have to go and call him into the house. I'll see what he does. Just warning you. All right, let's come back here. So Boo and Buster asked for a card. Boo and Buster, then Carolyn, and that back to Daz Tez and Alice. So Boo and Buster, I'm going to Oracle of the Fairies. Okay. I apologize, everyone. This is what I'm going to ask you to do. Hold this space, please. Hold this space. Have a sip of water. I'm going to run and call my dog in because I have someone here who's helping me do work, and I don't want him to be terrorizing him, and I have a feeling that is what he is doing. Okay, so I apologize. He's really barking. Yeah, so hang tight, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Cards are coming. Okay. Okay. Sorry, everyone. You never know with animals. They're very unpredictable. Okay. Let's come back here. Boo and Buster. Let's have a card for you. So, Oracle of the Fairies. Card for Boo and Buster. All right, Boo and Buster. Here's your card. Solitude. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. How nice is that? So, here you go. And YouTube, this is the card Solitude for Boo and Buster. So it really goes back to this Four of Winter in the general reading toward the end of the week, taking that time, talking about solitude. And solitude isn't about becoming a recluse, right? It's just making sure that you are taking that time for yourself. You know, we can't really hear the inner voice. We can't hear the messages that are directing us, that are helping us and guiding us, if we don't take that time and reflection, that quiet time, that time to self. So time to self is where we do connect with everything, where we do find that we are actually part of everything and not separate from all of the chatter that pulls us in all these different directions, right? And so take that, Boo and Buster, as some guidance to make sure you're getting that time for yourself, in whatever form you like to do that. Make sure you do that there's some information in there for you that you may need to step away in order to get in touch with. Okay, Carolyn asked for a general card. And I've got, and then I'm coming back here to Does Tez. So Carolyn, a general card. Carolyn, a general card. How about Oracle of the Unicorns, Carolyn? Here's a general card for Carolyn. General card for Carolyn. Well, Carolyn, will you settle for two? Okay. I apologize again for having to run out to get my dog. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay. Carolyn, sanctuary and patience. Sanctuary, take time out from the world. So this is a theme, everybody. This is a theme. Spend more time alone, meditate, or go on retreat. Patience. Pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play whilst you wait. Folks, do you see? This is right on with the general reading for this week. Here you go, Carolyn. These are Oracle of the Unicorns for you. And Instagram, here are Carolyn's cards. Remember that even though I'm pulling cards for individuals, we all use these cards for our greater message. So Carolyn, the message is coming through just the way of the reading for the week, and that is patience, pause before you take action. That is the justice, right? Taking a look at everything, weighing things, and then moving ahead in the middle of the week of taking action. So this is reminding you to make sure you do that this week. Make sure you take that time. And then the sanctuary is just like the Four of Winter at the end of the week, and that solitude card of Boo and Buster saying, you need to be taking that inside time. You need to be honoring that quiet time, because again, we can't really tune in when we have so much external noise. So really highlighting that, I think, for everybody this week. Wow, that's something. Okay, Does Tez, can I have a card, please? Yes. Does Tez, where do we need to go for you? I think I'm going Power of Surrender. So let's have a card for Does Tez for Power of Surrender. Yes, Carolyn, excellent cards. I would agree. So Does Tez. Okay. Charles Bodley, thank you for joining. Boo and Buster, you are welcome. Does Tez. Okay. Let's have a card for Does Tez. How about the one that fell off the top? Surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So here's your card. YouTube, here is the card. So surrender to receiving support and love. Open to the help of others rather than trying to do everything yourself, which is, again, going back to this justice of making sure that things are as you need them to be. Things are fair for you, right? Making sure you're getting what you need out of this situation. So be open to that. Be open to people's offering, right? Be open to the support that people offer. And the other thing too that I sort of get from this is recognizing that people's offer of support and help looks very different, right? It changes from person to person. Not everyone does that in the same way. Not everyone expresses that in the same way. So being open to how that may come to you. So, you know, rather than having an expectation of what you need from someone, that you first need to communicate what you want. And I think that comes from the Justice and the Seven of Spring. And just being open to people's capacity and the manner in which they can express their love and support. That it may come looking differently than maybe you thought. So be open to that. Okay, Alice asked for a card. May I have a card on detachment? How to detach from the outcome and trust. Okay. Kathy Williams, does this mean you have a new puppy? Okay. You're welcome, Does Tez. So Alice, how to detach from the outcome? I'm going healing with the fairies. Healing with the fairies for Alice. How to detach from the outcome. I'm assuming what you're talking about is detach from the expectation of an outcome, that you're just wanting to experience the outcome as it comes without having any thoughts or notions about what that should look like. That was an interesting flip. Did you see that? Okay, let's get a card here for Alice about detaching from the outcome. Okay. Well, very interesting. If you all watched the zodiac wheel, this was the card for Sagittarius, inner child. Inner child. So here you go, YouTube. So how to detach from the outcome, thinking about inner child. You know, I think it's sort of, the message is sort of, where do we develop expectations? Where do we develop an attachment to the outcome? We develop that from all of our conditioning, all of the things that we've been taught, we've been told, we've experienced, we think should, must, those kinds of things. That's where we develop attachment. But if we go back to inner child, if we go back to our most pure place, we don't have a pattern of attachment because it's coming from purity, it's coming from innocence, it's coming from no expectation. We're a clean slate. And so there is no attachment. Does that make sense? So I think in terms of how to detach is to say, look at why you're wanting to attach. Why do you have this expectation? Why do you have this expectation of an outcome? And looking at that and then backing that off to say, oh, I see why I have that expectation because when this happened, then that happened, right? Which is your adult experience, which is coming from stories and all that stuff, conditioning, right? So pay attention to why you're attaching and then back it out to your most pure self where you have no attachment. Okay, rising vibes, thank you for joining. Good to see you. Okay, let's see. Alice, so accurate, so true, makes sense. It's the opposing zodiac to Gemini is Sagittarius, yes. Oh, Dastis, today's your birthday? Is it? It is. Happy birthday. Charles Bodley. Can I have a card, please? Yes and yes. Kathy, turned out to be a puppy mill. Plus our vet said it would be too hard on our senior bulldog remaining. It's all good. Ooh, ooh, yeek. Okay. More lessons to learn. It helps immensely. You're welcome. Good. Oh, December. Oh, Daztej, your birthday's in December. Me too. Okay, let's get to Charles Bodley. A card for Charles or Charles. Not sure about that, but we are getting you a card. And that card is going to come from Sacred Destiny. Okay. Let's have a card here for Charles Bodley. And a card. Bodley. And this one is sticking out. So I'm actually taking two here. Abundance and stillness. Wow, you folks, you see, we got another stillness. Our four of winter, our solitude, our sanctuary. So, abundance and stillness. Here you go. Gorgeous, gorgeous cards, everybody. Look at the colors and the images. So in terms of abundance, I think the reminder here is that there is infinite abundance around you. I mean, we think of sort of the beginning of May Day. That is all about fertility, right? It is about the abundance of fertility, like how much fertility there is in this world around us. Everywhere we look, things are birthing, right? On an ongoing basis. So it's there. So remember that whatever you're working on, you have abundance available to you. Remember to be grateful for what you have. And I know it sounds really cliche, but what we send out is what we get back. Like, I think we all can agree that we have experienced that, right? We know that is true. And so by taking some time and just saying thank you, right, to the universe or to whomever, is important to keep supporting that message that, yes, you're open to the abundance around you that can be offered to you. The stillness piece, I think, goes back to exactly what we were saying about the messages for the week and the other cards that we saw. So it's really important to take that time. And if you think about it, I'm pretty sure, and I guess I have to think about this more, but I'm pretty sure this is probably a true statement, that it's humans who don't go into a dormant state, right? Like, think about plants and trees and animals. They go from, productivity, blossoming to shedding to dormancy. We don't do that. We just keep going 40 hours a week, blah, 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 blah. We don't take the time. And these messages for everybody this week is saying, folks, time out. Everybody, take a dang breather. So that's what I have for you. Take a dang breather. How do you like that? A dang breather. Okay. All right. Let's get to Laurie. A general card for you, please. Yes, a general card for Laurie. And I will go with You Are Welcome. I'm going with Messages from the Fairies. Rising Vibes. Can I get a card? That is very interesting. I never thought about that. I know. I haven't, I sort of was just thinking about that recently and thought to myself, is that even true? But I feel like it's true. I feel like it is true that humans are the only ones who need to assign ourselves timeouts. Otherwise, we just don't do it, right? We have to be assigned vacation time, a sick day. It should just be part of what we do. Okay. So I have for Laurie here, a general card for Laurie. Children. Your connection with children is part of your life's purpose. And, a puppy, by the way, here you go, Instagram. A puppy, I think we can call a child, right? It's still the youth, it's still the one who is looking for the lessons, who's looking for the guidance, who's, here so that we can, of course, we learn greatly for children if we actually pay attention and watch what they watch and see what they see. But your life purpose, of course, is to work with children. I think we probably know that about you. The other thing too, thinking of fairies and this is messages from the fairies, is babies and children are said to be able to see in other planes, other worlds. It's when we get to adults that we lose that ability. So when you think about an infant who's sort of sitting there and you're saying, what are they looking at? And they're looking up and they're smiling, right? Or the child who comes and talks about their imaginary friend. I don't believe those are imaginary friends. I believe those are their guardian angels, perhaps, that they're getting in touch with, right? Perhaps it's fairies if they're outdoors in that other spirit world. So we can learn a lot from children. So think about your purpose being to work with children, but also what can you learn from children? Okay. Rising Vibes. And dogs do. Boo and Buster, I agree with you 100%. In fact, one of my dogs, I know she sees someone in the house, right? So I asked an animal communicator one time. I said, who does she see? And she described, she said, there's someone. And she described person who comes and visits. I don't know who it is, and it's a benevolent spirit for sure, but absolutely my dog Pinky sees, and she just sits there and she looks, and she's not staring off into space. Like there's an energetic exchange you can see happen. Yes, Laurie, adult children, of course. When we're talking about children, they don't have to be toddler age, right? But always children. I think even anyone who is in that learning place. Sometimes we're all a child when we come to something new, right? We have to look at things with fresh eyes, like the eyes of a child, so that we can get some good perspective. So we're all children. I mean, I think we're all children anyhow, aren't we? We're all born from someone. Okay, so rising vibes. You had asked for a card. Can I get a card for tomorrow? Kids and animals. Yeah, because they don't have all this craziness that we get as adults. Okay, rising vibes, a card for tomorrow. I'm going to Power of Surrender here. Power of Surrender for rising vibes. Let's have a card for rising vibes for tomorrow for an appointment for rising vibes. Okay. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from your heart. What kind of an appointment are you having tomorrow? A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So here's your heart that you mentioned. Here you go, Instagram. So surrender your ego. You know, I think that is just sort of saying going into this appointment, you know, worry and fear is ego-based, right? Overthinking what might come of that appointment is all ego-driven. So maybe taking time out, as we've seen in many of these cards, going to sanctuary, to stillness, to solitude, going to that quiet place, so that when you go into this appointment, you're going in without any expectation, without any fears, without any low vibration running around, you know, the what ifs kind of thing. There's nothing you can do about it. You're just going to go, and you're going to be grateful for the information you receive, the people who are there to take care of you, and you're going to take that as it comes versus worked up too much about it, because that is all ego driven. So I think just stepping back from that as best you can. Give yourself a break from that. And yes, absolutely. Hoping it goes well and sending you really good energy for that appointment. Okay. All right. Did anyone else have a question, or did anyone else want a card? Wow. So messages, everybody, beginning of the week, really taking time to look at the details, take time to evaluate, to assess, and make sure you have what you need. Okay. And then this 7 of spring, you know, stand up for what you believe in. So if you're asking for something because it's what you need, stand up for it. Do not back down. And as a result of not backing down, you're going to be able to take off in the direction that you want to be headed, following that ace of spring, following your passions. And then at the end of the week, taking some time to reflect, taking some time to go inside and let things be without you doing too much to force anything. That's what this is about. Okay, you're going to start it off, you're going to get going, you're going to make the movement, and then you're going to let things just be for a little bit and then come back at it. Okay, so that's what I've got for this week. Yes, Alice, so nice to be here at the start of the week and tune in to the vibes. Yes, thank you for being here. And it is, I love coming with all of you here. It's so wonderful. Um, okay, so I think we're wrapping up. I hope everyone has a fantastic week. Hold your space, hold your ground, follow your passion, right? Listen to this heart, this message and not this one so much this week. And go after what you want, man. It's no wasting time. We don't have a whole lot of it, so go for it. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. All of the hearts coming up on Instagram. I love that very much. Thank you. For those of you who've liked on YouTube, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you. Please feel free to share these videos, comment. I think you all know how these social media algorithms work, and that is that I'm at their mercy. So if the algorithms decide today that, oh, wow, people are commenting, that must be a good thing, then they'll show it to more people. It's the world we live in, right? Yes, have a lovely week. Jet set forth, thank you for the messages for the month and week ahead. You are welcome. You're welcome, Kathy. Rising Vibes. Laurie, thank you. Wonderful reading. Thank you. I love all the emojis that are popping up. These are good. Is that a new heart emoji on YouTube? That little double heart? That's nice. I don't think I've seen that before. But I like all the fairy emojis going. So those are fun too. So happy week, everyone. If you're feeling like you need some cards pulled for yourself, let me know. You know, remember, I have really short readings too. You're welcome, Stacy. So if you just need a quick, like, man, I just have to hit this. I just need a little bit of information. 15 minutes will knock out a few things for you and try to give you some clarity on some things. So remember, that's always an option too. All right, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and we will see you next time. Ciao, Instagram. Oh, Rising Vibes, thank you very much. She did an amazing reading for me. Thank you for sharing that. That was a good reading. All right. Bye, everybody.